that hungry. Taught me what no one did. Hello there again, Nocturnes. Welcome to another episode of Unplugged. For today, we're going to talk about body dysmorphia and media. Okay, first of all, what is body dysmorphia? To those whose first time it is to hear this term, it is the dissatisfaction with one's body. It's the feeling of obsession with those certain parts of the body in that you always double check your appearance in the mirror, making sure that, let's say, a part of your face looks okay. And if you're not looking in the mirror, you may also find yourself asking others about your appearance, always validating that you look beautiful or handsome. So that's body dysmorphia. It's a psychological disorder because, again, of the obsession. Unusual, that is. Unusual attention that you give to those parts of your body which don't really bother other people. There's what we call the trickery of the camera. The camera makes subjects appear bigger or smaller than they really are. For instance, if I come closer to you, okay, my face becomes bigger than usual because my face isn't really this big when I look at myself in the mirror. But if I go farther away, I become smaller than usual. If you look at someone in person, okay, off camera, isn't it that you don't get that feeling? The size of that person is what seems to be proportional to your vision. But if you look at that person in a captured image, then the person's body seems to be out of place, right? So that is where the distortion occurs. The camera makes things bigger or smaller than they really are. And then that leads to unrealistic standards of beauty. If you feel, let's say in your selfie, that you look terrible just because you compare it with how you look like in the mirror, then you set a certain standard for yourself. If you're convinced that you look more beautiful or handsome in the selfie, then you might consider plastic surgery in order to match your appearance with what you see in the screen. So that is the effect of the distortion brought by the camera. And then finally, yes, did I mention compulsive behavior? If you want to conform to a certain standard of beauty, then you would most probably engage in compulsive behaviors like asking people always about your appearance, and yes, considering plastic surgery, or always combing your hair, and maybe scrubbing your skin too much just to get rid of what they call blemishes. Now, how can we overcome this? Since I think no one here likes checking themselves out too much, though you want to be good looking, right? You want to convince yourselves that you look good. However, how can we overcome the compulsive behaviors caused by body dysmorphia? Okay, first of all, you have to remember that real vision and captured image are always going to be different. What you see in person, what you see on the camera will always be different. They won't be exactly the same. And you can search for articles on this. Why the appearance of a subject, okay, is different when inside the camera lens versus seen with the naked eye. So maybe you'd like to consider taking photography lessons. And then second, what is ugly or beautiful to one may not be so to another. Maybe your appearance in the picture is beautiful under this standard of beauty, but it may not be so under another standard. Always consider that, the differences in standards of beauty. And then lastly, there will always be a level of disproportion in the human body. Whichever angle you look at yourself, there will always be shapes and sizes that do not seem to match each other. And that's fine. Actually, just to share with you, if I remember correctly, I learned from my professor that in a certain country, imperfection is the standard of beauty. And why is that? Because there's always room for improvement if there's a degree of imperfection. So there, I hope that what I've shared with you today will help you overcome any body dysmorphia you're undergoing. But I'm not promising that it's the ultimate therapy. If you feel that you need to talk to a mental health professional to overcome your compulsive behavior regarding your body, then do so. But this video, if it would help you with something, it would prompt you to do that, to seek help if you really need it. More than anything else, to avoid being used by media. The media or the advertising industry is actually exploiting that. Okay? This insecurity that we have with our appearances. But always remember again, the camera does not tell the truth. If you really want to know how a person looks like or how you look like, then you use real eyes. Either you use the mirror or asking someone how you look like, that could help, but try not to overdo it, okay? So if you found this helpful, give it a like and then share it with those whom you know should take pointers from this. Continue surviving in the dark for the next episode.
From me every time I looked where you wanted, I didn't know you were already sucking from me my every ounce of focus, which I could have directed to the cause I am truly fighting for. So I'm going to press the power button and push your head down. Not minding the surprise, I'm going to leave my chair behind. Together with your face, I'm not looking away from the black.